Endpoint Administrator MD-102 Real updated questions are the best material for you to study all the related topics. Share some updated Microsoft MD-102 exam questions here. 1. What should you configure to meet the technical requirements for the Azure AD joined computers? A. Windows Hello for Business from the Microsoft Intune Blade in the Azure portal. B. The accounts options in an endpoint protection profile. C. The password policy settings in a group policy object, GPO. D. A password policy from the Microsoft Office 365 portal. 2. What should you use to meet the technical requirements for Azure DevOps? A. An app protection policy. B. Windows Information Protection, WIP. C. Conditional access. D. A device configuration profile. 3. What should you upgrade before you can configure the environment to support co-management? A. The domain functional level. B. Configuration manager. C. The domain controllers. D. Windows Server Update Services, WSUS. 4. You need to meet the device management requirements for the developers. What should you implement? A. Folder redirection. B. Enterprise state roaming. C. Home folders. D. Known folder redirection in Microsoft OneDrive. 5. You need to meet the technical requirements for the iOS devices. Which object should you create in Intune? A. A compliance policy. B. An app protection policy. C. A deployment profile. D. A device configuration profile. 6. You need to meet the technical requirements for the IT department. What should you do first? A. From the Azure Active Directory Blade in the Azure portal, enable seamless single sign-on. B. From the Configuration Manager console, add an Intune subscription. C. From the Azure Active Directory Blade in the Azure portal, configure the mobility, MDM and MAM, settings. D. From the Microsoft Intune Blade in the Azure portal, configure the Windows enrollment settings. 7. You need to prepare for the deployment of the Phoenix Office computers. What should you do first? A. Extract the hardware ID information of each computer to a CSV file and upload the file from the device's settings in Microsoft Store for Business. B. Generalize the computers and configure the mobility, MDM and MAM, settings from the Azure Active Directory Blade in the Azure portal. C. Generalize the computers and configure the device settings from the Azure Active Directory Blade in the Azure portal. D. Extract the hardware ID information of each computer to an XLSX file and upload the file from the device's settings in Microsoft Store for Business. 8. You need to meet the requirements for the MKG department users. What should you do? A. Assign the MKG department users the purchaser role in Microsoft Store for Business. B. Download the APPX file for App1 from Microsoft Store for Business. C. Add App1 to the private store. D. Assign the MKG department users the basic purchaser role in Microsoft Store for Business. E. Acquire App1 from Microsoft Store for Business. 9. You need to prepare for the deployment of the Phoenix Office computers. What should you do first? A. Generalize the computers and configure the mobility, MDM and MAM, settings from the Azure Active Directory Admin Center. B. Extract the hardware ID information of each computer to a CSV file and upload the file from the Microsoft Intune Blade in the Azure portal. C. Extract the hardware ID information of each computer to an XML file and upload the file from the device's settings in Microsoft Store for Business. D. Extract the serial number information of each computer to a CSV file and upload the file from the Microsoft Intune Blade in the Azure portal. 10. You have a Microsoft 365 subscription that uses Microsoft Intune Suite. You use Microsoft Intune to manage devices. You plan to deploy 2 apps named App 1 and App 2 to all Windows devices. App 1 must be installed before App 2. From the Intune Admin Center, you create and deploy 2 Windows App Win32 apps. You need to ensure that App 1 is installed before App 2 on every device. What should you configure? A. The App 1 deployment configurations. B. A dynamic device group. C. A detection rule. D. The App 2 deployment configurations.